So I'm posting this little training log just to say what's up, keep your head up, keep chasing your goals, and give a little motivation to the others out there whose plans really didn't come to their expectations in 2023. So my 2023 was screwed, but it could have been worse. Now, when I say screwed, I just mean by the fact that I didn't reach the goals that I intended to reach, but that was only because of huge setbacks and multiple setbacks that weren't really my fault. But regardless, I'm staying focused. I'm still hitting the weights. Before any fools in the comment section try and say that lifting lightweight or whatnot, I am no longer a weightlifter. I do not lift for the purpose of lifting heavy. I lift for performance, and I lift for athleticism because I am a boxer and that's what I want to do for my occupation. Now, before I got into my shoulder work, I was already doing some heavier incline bench press, which I did not show, just to keep keep the upper body strong, and that's an important aspect of a boxer. But I am staying in shape regardless of the setbacks, and I'm going to go into detail on why I didn't get to achieve some of the things I wanted to do in 2023 and what some of those things were. So, boxing for me is an outlet. It's a very important aspect of my life. I like doing it, and for many other athletes, you'll hear the same thing. Like, there's a lot of stress that goes on in our lives, and that's just going to be the way it is. A lot of my stress stews from just being around people in this world and the way that I think they are, whether it's at work, whether it's online. I feel like I'm surrounded by a bunch of closed-minded clowns, and sometimes it's not a feeling, it's just reality. You surrounded as vegan animal rights activists who have opened our eyes to the reality of things, right? We see a lot of closed minded clowns and whatnot, and my goal was just to become the best vegan athlete I could and just the best boxer I could and stay as consistent as I could in the gym. And I was so close to competing in my first amateur boxing match, or just getting my license to compete, right? And this is where I fell into a good amount of financial trouble because of two things. One is because I bought a BMW 550i. It's an '08 back in February from a coworker at my job, a dishonest fucking coworker who did not tell me that this car had major transmission issues alongside other issues, and they sold it for a pretty unreasonable price for all the issues that once I got it diagnosed that I realized it had. So again, I ended up trying to repair that. I spent probably upwards of 3,000 in repairs, and that's not even including the fact that the transmission is now screwed up, so the car is undrivable. So that's something I've been dealing with. Is I bought a luxury car when I wasn't in fact informed about the fact that those are not reliable cars, especially as a first car when it comes to um, maintenance on them. So I did a couple things on them and I tried to repair it. I'm not just someone who likes to throw things out. I tried to repair the spark plugs, which I did do. I did that. I replaced the front brake pads and rotors. Did that. I changed the battery. Did that. I did an oil and a couple of seals I changed on the transmission. So I changed the transmission fluid. That did not help the transmission whatsoever. I added some Lucas transmission fix into the transmission. That did not help whatsoever. So that car is an absolute shit car. It's a money drainer. BMW, high mileage BMWs, especially a V8, is really a money drainer, and it wasn't the one for me. And on the other hand, I also fell into some financial issues by helping a family member during the time, which was really hard on me because living alone in this economy is already extremely hard. But nonetheless, these are the challenges that comes with life in general. So it's to be expected. So at the moment, being practically carless, I guess owning a car that has a screwed up transmission, I am not going to replace the transmission due to the fact that the transmissions for my car model specifically, even with it being a 2008, are upwards of $2,000 even used. So that's not trustworthy because if you buy a transmission for $2,000 and it goes out within a good 40,000 miles, then you're screwed and you just wasted $2,000 for a transmission that's supposed to last way longer. But BMW on this specific model doesn't have their crap together. But anyways, I'm not letting this huge setback, however you classify it, get me down currently, just because of helping out with another family member's financial status and helping them. I did fall under a little bit of credit usage, so I'm going to pay that off before I even focus on trying to get another car, unless I can get a good trade in for a used car, which is an option I'm looking at the moment. But do not let minor setbacks in your life get you down. I am still training. I'm still on a path to attempt to beat the fuck out of every single animal eater in my path. As funny or crazy as that may sound, I feel like that's what it takes for a lot of these clowns who want to make claims that vegans can't do this, vegans can't do that. I want to be the athlete that changes the status quo for good, because we need an athlete in the vegan animal rights community that just sets the tone for fighters in sports and vegan athletes in general. Like, if vegan athletes can't do this, then why the fuck am I beating the fuck out of my sparring partners and whatnot? So that's the tone that I really want to set with boxing, and just being away from the gym has kind of taken that away from me, and it has stabbed my mental health. But in the end, you just got to keep your head up and keep training. And these are things that fighters in general have to go through, setbacks. It comes with life, but it depends on how you respond to it. So I'm keeping my head high. If you've had a similar issue in 2023, keep your head high. We're going to make it through. I just want to be the one that sets the standard for vegan athletes, and in due time I will. But for now, I'm going to stay healthy, and in the meantime, focus on some of the financial issues I'm dealing with, and we're gonna get there. Maybe it may be slowly, but it's gonna be surely. So, animal rights for the win, and I'll see you next time.